This is the corner of my garage, and I've been doing some reorganization. My wife has recently gotten very into gardening, and we have a lot of gardening supplies, and it was kind of taking up different types of space in the garage. What I decided to do is I'm going to build a gardening table, and the gardening table is going to have a soil mixing bin as well. So I'm going to build a very simple one. Hopefully it'll only take a couple of hours. Then I'll throw some paint on it, and hopefully that works. And it's going to go right in the corner here. I don't have a really well laid out plan ahead of time. I have some ideas, and what I'm going to start with is the centerpiece and then build off of that, just so that the soil mixing bin works with the plan I have in my head. So let's start with the center structure and go from there. Okay, the middle structure is now in place. These are 2x4s cut to 8-foot length, and then I have some pieces of 22-inch 2x4s, and so that's exactly 25 inches in depth, and then I'm going to have a 2-inch overhang of the countertop for 27 inches, and that lines up well with this 26-inch deep 17-gallon tote that's going to be used for mixing soil. And that's going to sit right there. And so now what I'm going to do is work on putting together the legs, and then we'll put that in place and build the top. Okay, the legs are going to be made out of 2x6, and I need that frame that we have to go around it. So we have a 2x4. It's going to be 1.5 inches. So we're going to mark out 1.5 inches in depth. But also this is 14.5 inches from the floor. That's where I want that. So we're going to mark that out there, and then we got about 3.5 inches there. So we'll mark out 3.5, which is exactly right here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to cut this piece out so that the frame will sit right inside here. And in addition to right here, we're also going to cut out right here, which is where the top is going to be, and right here is 36 inches from the ground. So that's going to be the top of the counter. So we'll have two separate framing pieces that will go into these legs. Okay, let's check on progress so far. So this frame is now being supported. We have the 4 legs, and we have the cutouts that we did. These are shorter because the countertop will go over the top of these, and then we're just going to build a frame now for that top countertop to sit on top of. The counter will go to here with some overhang, and then right here we will have our bin for mixing soil, and then up here we're going to have a shelf as well. So there's going to be another 2x6 here for shelf, and then we'll put some pegboard on. So right now, one thing to mention is these are only screwed in with a single screw, and the reason I do that is the floor is unlevel, and I want everything to sit flush against the wall. So I don't want to build this and then bring it in here. What I'm doing is I'm actually pushing it up against the wall, adjusting this to make sure that it's firm against the floor, and then once I have everything firm the way I like it, then I can drive in some additional screws so everything sits perfectly in the space that it's built for. Okay, as you can see progress here, I've got the top attached with the board in the back. We have 4 legs on this side and an additional leg back there. Everything's driven in, everything is pretty solid to the floor, so it's looking pretty good. Now I'm going to add some shelves up here, and then after I'm done with that, I'm just going to drive additional screws in everywhere now that this thing is all flush with the floor to make sure everything's sturdy. Okay, progress update. I added the top shelf here, and this is just 2x6s. 8 feet long, and I just have an additional 2x6 here alongside the foot of this one and that side. Put those up, put 2x6s on top, and I put this here for support because these aren't obviously perfectly well milled pieces of wood. So this is just tightening everything up and keeping everything tightened together. And so now everything is in place. It's really sturdy. It's sitting on the ground the way I want it to, and now I'm just going to drive a bunch of screws in everywhere to make sure everything's solid, and then I'll work on putting the counter on top. So I just finished driving some additional screws everywhere. It's really solid, and I decided to put a leg here as well for additional support, and now I'm just going to put the pegboard on the back side. So I just realized an oversight with the pegboard here. If I put it right up against the back, which is what I plan to do, there isn't going to be any room to push the hooks through because they'll hit the wall. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to create a small little frame on the inside to put the pegboard up against, and in order to do that I'm going to have to put the countertop on first. So I'm going to go ahead and do the countertop and then I'll do the pegboard last. Okay, quick update. I just cut the plywood for the top piece and for this bottom shelf, and I also added this structural piece in the center here for more support on the top. I did that on the bottom here, and I also added a piece right here and right here, and that way the bottom shelf will have support on each end and here, and these up in the top obviously will be supported here and here. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up that plywood and bring it on here. Okay, the plywood is cut. I got this top piece here with a 2-inch overhang. I cut this to 27 inches, and since it was 4-foot piece of plywood, that means this one was only 21 and a half inches. So it doesn't go all the way to the back there, but it doesn't need to. I don't need all that space. There's a tiny little 2-inch gap back there. But that's no big deal. So I got the shelf here, shelf over here for the soil mixing, I have the top shelf here, and I also have a little bit of overhang right here, about 1.5 inches. And so when this is right here, you can just push stuff off right into there as you're using soil. And I also had to cut out a little bit on the edge here to fit around the outside of those posts. So this is ready. What I'm going to do is put some edge banding on here because this is a little bit fragile without it. So I'm going to put some edge banding on there, and then I'll take these off. I'll paint everything. Actually, and then I'm going to have to do the pegboard. So the pegboard is going to be next. So first I'll edge band this, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do for the pegboard. I completed the support for the pegboard here. Just created a small rim around the back there for the pegboard to sit up against and still have some room for the actual hooks to go through. All this is I took some 2x4 and I ripped it down. I ripped it in half. So this is actually 3/4 inch by 1 inch, I think. And so then I just tacked that, screwed that on the back side. And even for this one, it's just on this piece here on the countertop. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the counter pieces. I'm going to paint the whole thing, and then I'm actually going to put some edge band on here as well to protect the edge. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I already had this plywood in the basement. Otherwise, you could probably just use plywood and paint this as well for protection. But this already has a UV coating on it. And it actually, even with primer, doesn't paint well. So I'm just going to leave that the natural wood color, and then I'm going to put some edge banding on here, paint everything, get on the pegboards, and then we should be all set. Okay, I just finished a few coats of paint on here. We let my 3- and 5-year-old daughter pick the color, so obviously they picked pink. This is actually a color called Reddish from Sherwin-Williams, so it's not quite pink, but it definitely has a pink tone to it. And now I am going to finish up edge banding the countertops and install those and the pegboard. So I just finished up with the countertops here. I put some edge banding on the countertops and put a little poly on there. I wouldn't necessarily recommend plywood or cabinet grade plywood for this, but this is something I had, so I just used it. You'd probably be better off with lower grade plywood or probably just some MDF or something like that for the countertop pieces in the shelf. But this does add some contrast. It makes it look kind of nice. And then I put the pegboard on, just screwed that into the pieces of wood that I put onto there. And then as you can see, we do have the soil mixing bin and also just a bin to put soil into, and it has a cap to prevent bugs getting in and out of it. And so this should work for the space. This is in a garage, and it's a great space to collect all of our gardening equipment and tools, and just a place to work too. And this will probably also just be like a workbench for the garage as well. So it's not the fanciest build I've ever done, but it's definitely functional. It was very cheap for the lumber. So you should be able to put this together pretty quickly and pretty cheaply. So hopefully this provides some good ideas for anybody out there that's looking for a garden bench or a garden workbench of some kind for the garage or even for outdoors. So leave some comments in the comments section. Thanks.